Okay, hello everybody. I suppose that you all hear us in your headsets. Yes? Great. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Rania Masri, and I am here to moderate this talk with the lovely Odile and Shafi. This is a talk focusing on retail and revolutionizing retail. My background has been 20 plus years in retail and in transformation. And I had an amazing conversation with Odile and Shafi that I can't wait to talk to you and share with you the insights. So first of all, as way of introduction, Odile Abu Mrad. Odile is part of the global pre-sales leadership team at Dell. Technologies. Odile oversees the technical practices strategy mission. She's responsible to drive pre-sale growth and transformations, and she's been with Dell for 15 years. A lot of the expertise that she leads are around data and AI, security, retail, and store modernization. She's also very passionate about diversity, equity and inclusion, and co-leads the Digital Futures program, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Shafi Alam heads the direct-to-consumer business and the corporate marketing division at Samsung Gulf Electronics. Shafi has been with Samsung since 2010 when he joined the mobile experience team in Korea. Shafi worked on flagship projects and he rose to become the digital innovation manager. In his current role, Shafi is focusing on growing market leaderships and excellence for Samsung across customer experience, loyalty, brand, customer intelligence, omni-channel, and more. And he looks over most of the markets in the region and the Gulf. So, to start, let's talk a little bit about retail and the digital revolution. Maybe Odile, I can start with you.
Sure.
So you manage many industry verticals. You know, we talked about retail, we talked about hospitality, we talked about. However, you see similar trends that are coming across all the verticals that you manage, and you've seen a way, a changing in the way that you work and you serve your customers. So please share with us some of these trends.
Sure. Thank you, Rania, for having me today. And I'm looking forward for the panel and sharing some insights with our attendees today. So the transformation and the digital transformation, or if we want to call it the revolution, it's basically it's not only in retail. We see this across all verticals and all market segments. At Dell, we have categorized this in 5 different elements that we call them the 5 unsolved technology challenges that may hinder the ability of organizations to transform or to achieve what they're looking to achieve. And these challenges or these trends that organizations are trying to implement or go through with the objective, basically, always the objective is the business transformation and business outcomes.
Right.
And all the 5 technology challenges or the 5 technology elements are the enablers to get, to help organizations get where they want to get. And one of them that we've seen happening for some time now, so it's not a new trend, is the multi-cloud, where the multi-cloud brings a lot of flexibility for organizations and help them to quickly unlock all the new trends and all the new technologies like AI and data analytics and others. But at the same time, it brings complexity. So data will be spread. And managing all this anywhere and everywhere in different platforms, in co-location, in our own data center, at the edge, etc. This brings a little bit of complexity for our customers, whether in retail or non-retail. The second is the edge. And according to Gartner, 75% of the data created by organizations will be created at the edge, so by 2025. So
can you clarify what the edge is?
Yeah, so thank you. So basically the edge is where the data is born and need to be, and where we need to take action on this data.
So the physical, where the interaction with the customer happens, basically.
So if we want to put this in the retail context, this is a store, for example.
Right.
So in the retail, a store is the edge. An online transaction happening could be on the edge, could be in the cloud, could be in a retailer data center. So this brings us back as well to the multi-cloud idea. And with this, this brings to all organizations a lot of opportunities, whether retailers or others. But it brings as well challenges. And the biggest challenge that we see is the security challenge. How are we going to secure all this? And which brings us to the third element, which is security. And in general, in technology, we talk about the cybersecurity. And according to the World Economic Forum, in the coming 10 years, the security, cyber crimes and cyber insecurity will be part of the top 10 risks that economies globally will face, which is a huge. And this started to grow with the pandemic and continues to grow even after.
Even in the region?
Even in the region. And if we want to add a little bit of a retail aspect to this, it's not only about the cybersecurity, but retailers as well need to secure their edge and need to secure their stores. So retailers have an additional challenge, and like other organizations, because edge is everywhere, but because we're talking about retail today, retailers have to make sure that their store is secure, from loss, from theft, from
cybersecurity,
from cyber, because everything is connected. And all this connectivity of being online, the e-commerce, etc., is another game for retailers.
It's another edge
to secure. It's another edge.
Yeah.
So, and the fourth one that we see is the future of work. So usually when we say future of work, we first think about, are we going to work remotely? Are we going to do hybrid? And organizations, 3 years post-pandemic, are still trying to figure out what is the best way to do this and what is the best formula. Now, this is not the only thing about the future of work, because the future of work is also how are we adding the Gen AI and different AI aspects into the workflows of the organization.
Which is the fifth industrial revolution. It's all about AI, and I think we'll talk about this a little bit more moving on then. So if you would summarize the trends, we talk about cybersecurity, we talk about AI, we talk about the multi-cloud, which means that our data is everywhere and we need to connect it. And you talk about, what did I miss?
The edge.
Yeah.
And the fifth one is the future of work.
And the future of work. Amazing. So Shafi, prior to your current role, you were in charge of a lot of the direct-to-consumer business, so the retail, the physical stores. And again, a topic I'm super passionate about. But how did you, if you can tell us, how did you see that evolution of the role of the retail store change?
Sure. First of all, thank you for your kind introduction. And I'm really looking forward for this session and amazing technological discussion that we are going to have with Odile, which will be kind of a class for me as well. Really looking forward to learn a lot. When it comes to my journey at Samsung, especially in the area of retail, as you introduced rightly, that I joined Samsung in 2010, and that's when we launched Galaxy S1. And from that point of time, we have evolved our retail experience completely. If you see, at that point of time, it was all about a point of sales approach. Our retail used to be point of sales, point of transaction.
Right.
However, as we looked into democratizing smartphones, and wherein we had to show consumers what smartphones can do, so it was all about giving experience. So hence we looked to transform the point of sales into point of experience. And that is where we came up with the concept of branded retail. And we worked
What is branded retail?
Branded retail, when I say our brand stores, where we have our own dedicated brand stores, our direct or franchise model. Also, we have shop-in-shops in many with retail partners in multi-branded retail space as well, and of course online. So that area has evolved, and how we came up to this whole experience, point of experience, which led to experience marketing, because we realized that if you want to sell or we want to educate customers about the smartphones, we have to democratize the smartphones. We need to let people experience the different features or different benefits and scenarios of that. I'll give you an example of Galaxy Note that we launched back in 2011. People didn't know how to utilize such a big screen and what would be the purpose of it. And even personally, even I didn't know how to use that phone. It was so big with a pen. But when I hold it in my hand for 10 minutes or 1 hour, then we realized that, oh, this device is something amazing. So that was the insight that we took and transformed all the retail space. And we have seen this transformation completely evolving. We started with the brand stores, then we went to multi-brand retail partners globally, and we opened brand stores throughout the world. Then we also saw back in 2013-14 online space coming in, and we looked at how do we connect these two worlds, online and offline, even though they are in silos at that point of time. We looked to see very basic stuffs like finding stores locations, as basic as that, right? That used to be
Google
at that
search,
time, we used to call that omni-channel. uh, and from then, of course, era of online pure players evolved, and we also, as brands, consumers expected brands to come into direct-to-consumer business, and we looked at selling directly to the consumers through our online channels as well. So that experience evolved further, and online brand retailing, as we call it, right? So that evolved. And we have been, as Samsung, we would always wanted to be with the consumers. Wherever the consumers are moving, we follow their trends.
behaviors,
Behaviors,
trends.
exactly.
Yes.
So with that, and come pandemic era, what we earlier it used to be almost like two parallel worlds. Like, there were people who are doing both. They were shopping online and experience offline. But post pandemic, if not all, at least majority of the consumers at least have experienced shopping online.
So on that, I'm going to interrupt you because that takes me to the next question with you, which is the omni-channel world,
Yes.
right? And you and I have discussed that interaction that you talked about. Obviously, as a customer, I expect this interaction to be seamless. I listen to what you said, the journey of my customer. As a retailer, you have that data, right? You see how they're interacting. Share a little bit more to us about what omni-channel means for a room that might not know what omni-channel is. And again, I think you said it, but I'll just reconfirm, it's really the customer behavior that drove this change.
Exactly. So when we look at we have analyzed consumer behaviors throughout the world with all the data that we have available with us, and as per the consumer research as well. What consumers look at as different touch points, as holistic brand experience. That's what their expectation is. When I talk about touch points, not necessarily brand stores, not necessarily website, but also your customer service centers. It could be also a chat
Anything
service.
that touches your brand.
Exactly. So when we see the consumer behavior, almost 60 to 70% of people, they browse about your products online, and they go and experience the store as well. Their journey could begin otherwise as well. They go to the store, and then from there you look at, they want to look at what is the price online, and what are they want to reconfirm the specifications of the product and the offerings, and they may end up buying online. So this is the whole behavior. So you never know that where the consumer journey is starting and where it is
And
ending.
where it ends.
So it means that we have to be present at every touch point in the way the consumers are expecting from us. And hence, this multi-touch point, holistic consumer experience is what we define as omni-channel. In retail form, as we say as consumers, they may want to browse online and or buy online and pick in store. Or they go to the brand store or any stores, they order there, and they expect that to be delivered to their
So
home.
we'll talk about the challenges of this in a bit. Again, it's a beautiful scenario, and I don't think a lot of people in the room have experienced the 100% omni-channel solution. If you have, It would be great to hear about it later, but there's a lot of challenges that come with this. And a big part of it, one part of it is infrastructure, the other part is training and people. So Odile, Dell offers infrastructure solutions, right? Which ones have you seen adopted and requested by businesses such as Samsung or others?
Yeah, so before we jump into the straight answer, let me give a little bit of context. Basically, the retail business model is fragmented, it's siloed. So if we think of a store, in one store, the different applications are basically siloed. They don't talk to each other. The data may or may not sit all together in a one
Cloud.
data strategy or in a one data lake, or every customer calls it different. So this is talking about the store, let alone if we want to expand the picture and start looking at the data within the data center, the ERP-like applications, the online.
Can you specify what ERP stands for anybody that might not know?
The ERP is basically the systems or the core systems of the business. And then
And sometimes they're extremely heavy and they're legacy and
They
you're
are.
trying to innovate and it's quite challenging.
It is, absolutely. And if we look at the different things that, the different touch point of a retailer, everyone has its own data.
Right.
Even the supply chain, operation management, facilities management, everything. And in order for us to go into an omni-channel, full omni-channel experience, first we need to make sure that all these silos start to talk together. So what we're seeing that our customers are starting to do is basically setting up a convergence between the store IT, the facility management, the data center applications, and these different siloed environments that they have today in their environments.
So sorry, just to clarify. So Shafi will need to figure out the exact customer journey that he would like to have. And then you would advise on how to make sure that all of those are connected and speaking to each other to achieve that journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if we want to simplify it, yes.
Okay.
But it's not that simple.
No, of course not. It never is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So customers, and let me share a tangible experience that we've seen with one of our customers. And this customer is the second biggest hardware retailer globally.
Okay.
So they have 2,400 stores. And
Wow.
when they started they started strategizing towards omni-channel, they started with the store consolidation first. And to consolidate everything within one store, they started looking at how can they modernize their legacy IT. How can they move from a traditional IT environment into maybe what we call it the hyper-converged technologies with Dell. And we've helped this customer in a one phase only, migrating 600 stores without any interruption. So this is great, but there's more to come. There is a bigger expansion that we need to look at together with the customer. And we need, we encourage our customers to take a different look at their data before basically going into, or in order to be able to achieve an omni-channel, there's a different look at the data that we need to take and how the data architecture is available today.
Okay. Wow, a lot to do. But yes, you need to start with the basics and you need to modernize your house first before you build Burj Khalifa, basically. So Shafi, we talk about these seamless integrations with the customer journeys. Why do you think that it's been quite a challenge to reach a seamless integration? And so that we don't just talk about challenges, maybe a success story that you can share with us where this has worked.
Yeah, sure. I think one of the major challenge of not able to give 100% perfect omni-channel, which but by the way, perfect omnichannel experience doesn't exist. We are trying to create, everybody is trying to create. However, a major challenge comes from is that very few brands or very few companies own the entire value chain of the business model when it comes to from start to end, right? So hence that's the challenge starts from there. However, if I can give you a few examples, a recent example that we had, a successful example here, is that currently, as I mentioned, that we have Samsung.com, which is an e-commerce platform, right? So we wanted our brand challenge was to drive awareness among consumers to that they can buy directly from the brand and they can have exclusive products as well, and etc. etc. So we thought of taking this whole entire brand Samsung.com to a physical space. So
So you took the online,
to
offline.
offline. Yes,
Okay.
so that was a very interesting case that we did in Dubai during Ramadan, and we took our Samsung.com into a physical space, calling it as a pop-up store,
Right.
Samsung.com pop-up store in Dubai Mall and Midif City Center, wherein consumers could experience the product. They can simply scan through QR code and order from there itself, and we would deliver the products to the store. Likewise, if they are just browsing online, of course, the same offer and same
And how were the
products are available.
results?
Results were astonishingly good in terms of awareness. We had 4% uplift in the awareness. Sales, it was 200% uplift in the sales. So in a way, it was a great success for us. A lot of learnings. Also because as from typically from online perspective, we never had direct face-to-face chat with consumers. That had
That's very valuable.
deep interaction, having deep interaction with the consumers directly, including myself and our colleagues, had very, very valuable, lot of valuable learnings from that.
So qualitative data is something that
Indeed.
we
Indeed.
it's very hard to measure, but it's very important.
Exactly. And this is one our local example, but globally also we have many successful cases wherein we have connected online to offline. For example, like you can order online, pick in store, or you go to a store, brand store, and some of the let's say products or inventory is not available in a store.
You
You
can
can
ship it
order and
to the.
we can ship to this to the
But
customer
when
doorstep.
we talked, you and I, we talked about the challenge, and we see this a lot in less mature markets where we are very much distribution and franchisee led. Whereas the customer does not know the difference between the business models that are there. They're interacting with one brand. But like you said, if you don't own the inventory in one store and you own the inventory online, then it becomes quite complicated. And believe it or not, just a little story here, I was very, very surprised that Apple, which is one of the most, advanced, if you want, retail experiences, took the decision to have a separate online from an offline. So it's not all because they cared a lot about the customer experience and they realized it was more frustrating to try to connect everything and that it was a lot more streamlined to do both very well, basically.
Yes. And I think you rightly mentioned, I think as brands, not necessarily all the consumers are expecting that you get seamless experience, same offering, same proposition.
Yeah.
Actually, consumers are expecting differentiated experience and differentiated offerings. That's the consumer expectation. So, sometimes these constants also help us create that differentiated offerings. And for in our case, we are able to create that kind of interesting proposition, and hence consumers are, if there are consumers who like to go to brand stores and or retail stores, get their offerings the way they want, and there are customers who like to shop from online, and they get differentiated benefits from there. I think it's all about how you create your differentiation and deliver the consumer experience that they expect from us.
Very interesting. Thank you, Shafi. So, Adil, on this topic, and just to wrap up a little bit about omnichannel, from an organizational point of view, like you said, that you need to, for example, when you say, you needed with that client to consolidate, all of the retail stores or all of the operation to start, what have you seen? How does data play a role in organizing yourself as an organization structurally to make omnichannel work?
So An advice that we, or the way that we look at this with our customers, is think of your data as the fuel of your business. So without your data, you won't be able to achieve what you are trying to achieve. And for this, let's go and build something. I'm trying to simplify. Let's say a data engine. That this engine basically will ingest data from the edge everywhere, will have the ability basically to provide, or what we call it, inferencing capabilities. So we can also provide decision-making capabilities on the spot where we need this decision to happen. And at the same time, from this engine, send the relevant data back to this engine, where the different departments or the different other, let's say, collaboration teams will send the data that the other collaboration team will benefit from. Like, for example, the data science team, what do they need? The supply chain team, the facility management.
So the data that they need to make omni-channel decisions.
Basically, to make if we are thinking of omni-channel only, to make an omni-channel decision. But the data at the end of the day is the center of the business. So and to look at so our advice is take a look at a holistic approach. Have a data strategy first. And then if this data strategy, how will it serve the omni-channel? How will it serve other parts of the business as well? And by having this interconnectivity between all this, every team will be able to achieve what they are looking to achieve. And at the same time, the business will be able to make different decisions and enhancement, if we can say.
So you're connecting basically the teams around the data. The data is bringing the teams together.
Yeah. Again, simplifying the picture.
Yeah, I'm trying to simplify for some of those that have not maybe interacted so much with it. But yes, I think it's one thing you and I discussed is the importance to have one team that sees things together in order to do omni, whereas a lot of organizations in retail are structured offline and online separately and still trying to achieve omni-channel. So that's the other side of the coin. So either these work together with one hub of information, or they're merged together as a team with one vision and one mission, let's say. So I'm going to jump on that to artificial intelligence. Okay, I'm going to jump a little things here on AI, which is very, very hot. And I'm sure you guys have been talking about this all across the 2 days. So we can say, first of all, that 2023 has been the year of AI, right?
Of course. We can't
And
deny.
the ChatGPT revolution. Who's using ChatGPT in the room?
Everyone.
I hope everyone is. Okay, good. So a lot of organizations have been preparing themselves for AI. A lot of them had data projects. A lot of them have been trying to structure their data. And I ask you, is AI data or is data AI? Because now we don't say data anymore, although the last few years all we talked about was data. Now it's just AI. You know, everybody's using AI. So tell us about Dell. You know, how did you advise your organizations to be ready for today? So when did you start advising your organizations? And
so it's a journey. And with our customers, we, as you mentioned, Rania, we started talking about data years ago.
Right.
And about different aspects, about the data lake aspect, or what we call, what I try to simplify and call it the data engine aspect. And then we moved into how can we get insights from this data that we have, so we can serve the business better and different. And this is the data analytics part. And now what we're seeing with AI is we're giving a little bit of a decision making to AI. And why this? Because of all the amount of data that we have, and that help to inform the AI models. So at the end of the day, if the AI models did not exist out of nothing, the AI models existed because of the data that they learned from.
Right.
And this is a big journey for organizations.
Yes.
And if I want to touch a little bit on Dell, because you mentioned Dell as an organization, so the strategy is four different kind of AI. AI in, being AI in our own products. AI on, where our customers will basically have their AI workloads on Dell products. And this is basically us being the provider for retailers.
Right.
AI with, because AI is not a one single vendor or a one single solution. It needs ISVs, it needs partners, it needs services and implementation, and this is us and our ecosystem helping our customers achieve their journey in AI. And the fourth one is basically AI for, and this is AI for Dell business itself.
Right.
And with these four elements as well, we try to help our customers looking at their own AI journey as well. So maybe customers who are into manufacturing, how can they have as well an AI in? And customers who are more of retailers, for example, for them, between us and these customers, is the AI on. And then how they utilize our own solutions for their own to run their own
And how
AI
mature
workload.
are you finding our market when it comes to the AI journey of retail?
So the AI journey for retail, I can't comment a lot, honestly, but you will be surprised, Rania, in some of the sectors, the AI journey in our region and specifically in the UAE is more mature than some of the European countries or some of
So I
the
think
Western
we're one of
countries.
the only countries that has a minister of AI, right?
Correct.
And he was appointed in 2017.
Yeah.
So it was way ahead all of this.
About the
Yes,
ahead of the wave.
exactly. So Shafi, Samsung has been very active also with the development of AI products and solutions. And we recently heard about the launch of Galaxy AI. Tell us more about this. What is Galaxy AI?
Well, as Odile mentioned, that when it comes to AI, it's a journey, right? And first and foremost is the data. And if you look at Samsung, we are into various product categories on services as well, from mobile phones to TVs to home appliances to even semiconductors, and we help create a lot of data. From the usage perspective, or what consumers creating a lot of contents, etc. So there's a lot of data creation out there. What we have done in past 3-4 years, especially through IoT initiatives, we have connected all the devices together with our smart things. There's an application called Smart Things, and that connects all the devices. It means that more data creation, more holistic data creation. So if I'm as a user, I have mobile phones and I have TVs and I have home appliances, all these are connected, then you can imagine that what kind of personalized experience I can get, right? So more data creation.
So the world of Samsung with your customers, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
So with that, now we have been using AI in various sectors already. Before I come to the latest announcements that we have, when it comes to smart things, actually, we are already giving a lot of AI-driven services, right?
I love the example you gave me about the fridge. Maybe that's something you can share.
Exactly. That we have launched recently here, by the way.
I
It's
love
called
it.
Family Hub, wherein
Who's heard of that?
it's very
fridge?
recent, so
Yes, well, tell the audience about it
for
because it's
sure.
fantastic.
So a Family Hub is a refrigerator. It has a screen of its own. It has apps on its own as well. With so imagine that the fridge tells you what is in this stock already, and also based on what it has in the fridge, it can give you what kind of dishes that you can make and what recipes you can cook as well. And in the kitchen, for example, if you are there, you can obviously we connect to see recipes. We take our phone sometimes, or we have some TVs installed. We want to see our recipes there, but you don't need to, because the refrigerator has its own, right? If you want to listen to music while cooking, that you can do as well, because Spotify is inbuilt, and
Amazing.
as well. For example, if it's so connected as well through IoT that if you have a Ring device connected to the door, and somebody has knocked, pressed the doorbell. You want to open the door from while being in the kitchen. Make sure that your what you're frying doesn't go off. You can just press a button from
From
fridge,
the
and you can
kitchen.
open from the
From the
kitchen itself.
fridge.
From the fridge, yes. That's why we call it family hub. It's all about connectivity and connected living within the family. So this is one example. However, with the smart things, all our washing machines, home appliances are connected with the smart things. Means that through our smart energy solution, it is energy. It's AI-driven solution. It gives you how much energy you are saving or you can save, right? How AI-driven
So it's
programs
giving
can
you data so you can make better decisions,
exactly,
basically.
yeah,
Okay.
and it is optimizing it for you also
Oh,
based on the
okay.
direction that you can give,
Okay,
right?
okay. So you
So
put in the information and it'll stop when you put this energy level has been
exactly.
consumed. Okay.
Exactly. So also, if I can give another example of our Samsung TVs, we have 8K TVs, but as you know, we don't have a lot of 8K content out there. That those TVs come up with AI picture upscaling solution, wherein 4K content can be transformed into 8K through our AI technologies. So these kind of experiences are already there that we are giving to the consumers.
But what is Galaxy AI?
So that we are taking to the next level.
Yeah, because that was just announced like a few weeks ago.
Few weeks ago,
Yeah.
yes, and it is under the umbrella of Samsung GOS, which is our AI platform, holistic AI platform. Through Galaxy, which is Galaxy AI, is under the holistic holistic Samsung GOS platform. It is mainly for mobile phones. As we have Samsung, we have been successfully driving democratization of internet as well as smartphones. Now we are taking democratization of AI through our smartphones, and for that we have launched Galaxy AI. So, for example, I think a lot of us here, we are wearing the headset. Imagine if we are talking in English, somebody is doing live translation in Arabic or any other language that they prefer. That person is replaced with artificial intelligence, AI, and that can
So
live
your phone
translation.
can live transform for me, for example.
Yes, for example, like let's say you and me are having conversation, you are speaking in Arabic and I'm speaking in English. However, live AI can transform your voice into
So there are a set
English.
of tools then?
Yes, this
Okay.
is in very soon in our phones we will have inbuilt solution
Okay.
where you can do live
Wow.
translation.
Are you the first to launch something like this?
Uh, well, I would like to say that we are the first true AI Galaxy AI. Through the AI, we'll get the first true smartphone experience that we'll give. Yeah.
I love it. So then jumping to the next point on this, while you're still on it, you're also teaching a lot of people about AI, and you're empowering like a lot of the future generations on that. Again, the theme of this is the fifth industrial revolution. Why does Samsung do this, and what are your plans with the future talent and generations?
So while as Samsung as a brand, of course, we have a lot of products that which are AI driven, and we are trying to give consumers experience, etc. But at the same time, we need to educate and equip our young talents, nurture young talents, those who can help us as a brand as well as in society in general to create better future with AI. And as part of our corporate citizenship initiative, which is called Together for Tomorrow, Enabling People, we have launched Samsung Innovation Campus. We did
Nice.
in partnership with the Ministry of AI here. We're
Oh,
very
wow.
privileged to.
It's a physical space?
So we do it's kind of 3 months course that we give to young people here. It could be students, university students,
Only
or
young.
yeah, you can be young from
We
mindset
all
as
need
well.
to learn AI.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. And I think that initiatives basically together with Prime Minister Office and Ministry of AI helped us graduate 40 students this year
Oh, wow.
on the topic of AI and machine learning. So
Very nice.
this is a corporate citizenship initiative, which is basically to nurture young talents who will create the future in the area of AI.
I love it. And that's Samsung giving back to, and building the future generations, democratizing the knowledge, basically.
Yes.
And the same with Dell, we spoke about, the STEM education, and you're very focused on it. You and I also spoke earlier about the importance of getting more women in tech and educating more women in tech, because we need to change these data points, right,
Yeah.
in the industry. So tell us about what Dell is doing
So
on that.
different initiatives we had and we continue to have. And similarly to what Samsung has done with the Ministry of AI, last year we had also part of the National Coders Program. We've partnered also with the Ministry of AI and to enable and educate some people in STEM about coding, get them exposed to what coding is and what coding for AI is. And then we closed the program. It was a few months program. And then we closed the program. Out of the 1,000 participants, we've rewarded 3 of them who basically did submit at the end, part of a big competition, some outstanding projects. So this is something that we've, again, done with the Ministry of AI. So this is one initiative per se, but we have other program that we start early enough with the students, and this is where we touch students in schools. We engage with them to explain about career in tech, to expose them to what could be career in technology companies and what could be a career in tech. And this program is designed for students starting with the age of 12 years old. And as I told you earlier, Rania, when we engage with the students, the first question is, how many of you are considering a career in tech? And then the most hands that we see are the boys raising their hands because they like gaming and because they think that this is more of
A man's world,
a man's world
man's
also.
job, yeah.
And then at the end of the session, when we ask the same question, we have more hands from boys and we have more hands from girls as well.
Nice.
So we believe that this is, again, to help the students early enough in their journey to be aware of what they want to do and what they want to be. And let me close with the third initiative that was launched only last week by our SVP, is a STEM Aspire program, which is mentoring female in STEM, and this is a program for national students, where we give them the opportunity to have mentees from Dell, network with the with Dell employees, and get them exposed as well to again the career in tech, get them exposed to how the technology is changing, and get them closer to technology in the workplace, part of their majors that they are doing, rather than this being only a theory. So this is registrations are open. It will close in December 15, and it will be a program that will run from February 2024 to May 2024.
Nice. So I love to hear this from both of you, because it's going to take a lot of ethical responsibility from the technology players to make sure that machine does not eat humans in the next revolution, industrial revolution. So as a wrap-up question, so that we can have a few minutes for questions, I ask both of you, we've heard so much about AI this year, and we heard so much, and I'm sure many of us Googled this and looked it up, as what jobs are going to be obsolete in the future because of AI. So just a few last words about this. Can human and machine coexist in peace?
So human and machine has always coexisted. And the shift that we're seeing is basically a shift where we started giving AI the decision-making role, where AI previously, for years, and we can say for 100 years, AI was basically, the relation was very defined. Decision-making and creativity is a human thing. Operation maybe, or few other things are the machine. Now,
But now AI is being creative.
now AI is being
AI can
creative.
design
AI
clothes.
can take AI can take decisions.
Yeah.
So it's very important that when designing AI and when like putting AI in place, five principles need to be taken into consideration. First, what we call it the kind of transparency. When we're interacting with an AI, a human needs to know that they are interacting with an AI. Ethical AI, and this is a big theme that we cannot cover in few minutes,
Yeah.
is also very important. Responsible AI is another, and every government has their own view on ethical AI and responsible AI, etc.
And some governments are not even involved in that. It's really led by the companies.
Some government may not be, definitely not in the UAE, but there are a lot of different AI legislations. So there are different principles that need to be in place. So
So
and
that AI
respected.
doesn't eat. Yeah.
And respected for us to coexist. And if this the idea of people being out of jobs because of AI, and this is a personal opinion, I don't think that this will happen, because as AI evolve, we as a human as well, we evolve in our skills, and we will do the things differently. And there will be different jobs that maybe in 2030 or in 2050, we don't know what these kind of jobs are. But there will be different jobs and different skill set that a human will have, will master, and will be able to exist with AI.
Do you agree?
100%. I think when it comes to, coexisting for sure. I think AI, what is going to do for us is making humans more productive. Focus on what is required. If something can be replaced with machine, means that we actually we could have we don't need that basically, as we don't need to spend time on that, right? So I think AI is all about creating experiences or solutions that can be replaced with a machine. That's what we are trying to do, right? To make humans more productive. I mean, I'll give you one small example. I was planning my itinerary for a trip in Turkey, and from I didn't have time to plan before, so I went landed at Antalya airport, and from there I was like,
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT plan just more places from here to Denizli, and it
Give me 3
recommended within
options for a 3-day.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was so
I know, it's
quick,
fantastic.
and you know, so basically I didn't have to spend so much time spending on looking for the information, where to go, not
But
to
then
go.
with travel agents, for example, or a lot of people that spend time or dedicate time for this, lose when ChatGPT can do
No,
it.
I think that will evolve. I think that is where we need to see. This is more of evolution than replacing, basically, right? So, and that's where it will complement. And
I like that
yes.
because I think when you were talking about the evolution of retail originally, you said first the store was about transaction, and then we needed to evolve it to experience because online became about transaction, and then you needed to have both because one can complement the other, etc.
Exactly, and even in the retail space, AI can play a big role when it comes to recommending products based on your user experience online or
Personalization.
personalization, which is the key. I think AI is going to play the significant role in retail space as well.
Thank you, guys. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but if anybody has any questions, I don't know who's helping with the questions. Is there anybody? Yeah. We have a question here. Do we need to put this to hear the question?
That's what I've been told.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
What is the guy?
I don't know how. كيف بدنا نحط هاي وهاي?
Who wants
You
that?
have to put these to
We
hear
all,
the
we all
question.
have to
yeah,
put it.
I guess.
يكتب يلا.
Good evening.
Hello.
My name is Hadi Lehraki. I am software architect and data analysis.
Just a second. Can you hear?
Yes.
My question is, what the solutions you suggestions to make a good solutions according that data analysis to increase the sales volume and management the prices and also all the process, the sales process.
So just to clarify your question, You're asking about what technology solutions are there to support you in pricing? So supply
No, no.
chain based, yeah.
This is my question is two sections. Data analysis,
Mhm.
according that to find solutions to increase sales volume and management prices and all the sales process.
It's a supply chain with data question, I think.
Yeah. So there are different, I can hear myself twice. Yes, so there are different, I would say there are different ways of doing this. And there are as well different companies who are specialized in this. And I can tell you that we as Dell, we do this for our own internal. And we do work as well with the different tools, processes, and software that we have at Dell currently to evolve and to be able to do all this analysis. I would say this is not related to infrastructure. If we want to think about it from an infrastructure perspective, then we go back to the data idea and how data consolidation will help in data analytics. But to get the end results and the maybe if I get your question correct, to get like the decision, what should I do? I would divert the question to the more of the software companies rather than infrastructure companies. Or maybe Shafi, if you've seen this in your experience at Samsung, if you would like to add anything.
Yeah. So when it comes to data, and especially to I'm hearing the same thing. Yeah. So at Samsung also, I mean, brands like Samsung, I think I'm speaking in general here. We all use different tools. At the end of the day, it's about what's the objective to maximize sales or maximize marketing effectiveness and all. So we use different tools. And I think, as Otil mentioned, it's all about how do you use the data and how do you consolidate through different data lakes or different tools. At Samsung, we take pride in analyzing data in a holistic manner and look at consumer behaviors, and accordingly we recommend or approach customers with the personalized solutions. I think it thus comes with. I'm not very sure about what kind of technical platforms that our teams use, but I think we are able to personalize the communication, offer the very personalized products to them according to the customer's life cycle. I think that helps maximize the sales, right?
I use in my work.
Sorry.
I use in my work that tools Power BI from Microsoft. This is not not to access exactly to direct to Oracle database. Just take that Excel file from IT department, and to analysis and make the measures according that every Excel file, and what the top management ask me to achievement that their goals and to analysis and create the measures about that to achievement to increase the sales volume or that management the prices
So can I
to distinguish that about that our market sharing.
so what you're talking about is a software that you will need because Power BI is just an
For
analysis.
example, يعني,
It's just an analysis. It's taking your data and giving you analysis, but it's not helping you at scale make decisions. So what you would need is a software, and usually that's an inventory management software, like a supply chain software, if you are dealing with inventory, that is going to analyze your inventory in and your inventory out. And throughout time with that data, AI or that solution should be able to tell you what to buy and what not to buy in order for you to maximize sales and in order for you to keep your highest margins and sell and not have low prices. Any other questions?
Sorry. I have a solution for that what I was saying about smart ERPs, how to follow up the customers and to manage all the details about the distribution. And this will give a very good solution about
Sorry,
follow
can
up.
you speak a little bit higher? We
Yeah.
can't hear you very well.
Okay, let's take this. Okay, this smart ERP, this will follow up the customers and make the decision where this customer is. And for example, for every step about like smart ERP, but based on AI management by decisions. So it will give the decision where this customer is and how to follow up and about the suppliers and how to level up the company abilities. If you need any information about it, I can share you my email. So
Is it a
give you-
question or you're saying you have the solution?
What are you thinking?
Are you asking a question or you are
No,
sharing a solution with us?
I'm sharing a
Ah,
solution.
okay, okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Thank you. في سؤال هوني.
We're up on time.
Last question, yes. Hi.
Hello.
So, I just want to ask a question regarding the coexistence of AI and human beings. Now, we do take into consideration that for decision making, we need some sort of soft skills, such as logical reasoning, intuition, emotional intelligence, etc. And now that everyone is following AI and we trust AI, blindly we're trusting AI, how likely are we trusting the decisions that's being made through AI? And now that AI coexistence because of normal, sorry for the word, regular employees, but not the top management or the senior management. Now, how can we coexist for senior management, decision making, AI? Can you just give me your expertise for that? Thank you.
I think it will start with you explaining to senior management about AI, usage of AI.
Send them to one of the schools then.
So, frankly speaking, when it comes to coexistence, it is, as I said, it's about increasing your productivity for AI. And at the end of the day, your senior management is expecting you to make a smart recommendation or more informed or more analyzed information. And what AI is going to give you is those kind of probably. I don't know, I'm not sure about which area you work in, but ultimately it's going to give you, if you're going to apply in your business or your category, AI-driven solutions, which will make things easier to achieve your overall business goal. In a nutshell, so it's actually making your organization take decision faster and maybe provide those services in a exponentially faster manner to the consumers, which is going to take your business to the next level. So I'm sure your senior management is going to love it as well.
I think Shafi, and please tell me if I understood correctly. I don't know who asked the question.
Yes, me.
You're actually, you don't want to explain to them about AI. You actually want them to take a break and not make you do everything with AI.
Well, I'm sorry I did not introduce myself. So
Please.
my name is Dr. Riyad Al-Shami, and I'm an assistant professor of marketing at the American University in the Emirates. And I have my lovely students next to me sitting. And we are somehow blindly following up AI. So I want the future generation to understand how danger or how I don't know, say danger. Yes, how
So
danger
before
it
you
is
came,
to
doctor,
follow blindly AI,
she did talk
precisely
about it.
since you've mentioned the coexistent, precisely for decision making itself. I mean, decision making, top management, we should separate some skills somehow.
Yeah, if I can answer this, and
Please.
on the decision making, there are different levels of decision making. So if we want to take this back into the concept of, or into the context of retail, like decision making in retail basically would be on the, for example, on the loss prevention. Like if someone has, how may I say, is trying to
KPI.
to leave without paying, for example. So then this is when there is an alarm triggering that a shopping assistant should be next to the checkout kiosk. So this, so we avoid loss, we prevent loss, for example. Decision making, and again, I'm going to put it in the context of retail because of the theme of the session, like decision making on planogramming a store. Where should be, which product should be where? So think of the supermarkets. When you're in a supermarket and you're queuing at the
Counter.
you're queuing at the يعني to pay, then you see that we have a little some chocolate here and some gum here, etc. And usually, when you're shopping, you don't touch this because you're conscious enough that no, I don't want to buy this. But when you're queuing and you see it there, basically, you just pick it. You just pick it up. So analyzing the consumer behavior in store, for example, will help in decision making to increase selling per se, and specifically for if a product is not sellable, maybe because it's put in a shelf where it shouldn't be in the store. And if we go back to analyze our data, we would see that if this product, because there are similarities between this and that, shouldn't be here but should be there. So this is the kind of decision making that we want AI to help us with. I think we cannot say yet that we are blindly following AI decision making. There are different levels of decision making, and as Shafi mentioned, AI here is basically to help us sell more, do better, help us in our time to market for our customers as well. So these are the kind of decision making that we are relying on AI, or we see at least our customers relying on AI to take as decisions, but definitely not blindly following AI. And again, this is why there are these principles that are in place, and there are different governance bodies who look into AI and to make sure as well that like when we reach a decision-making stage, this is fair to human. This is known. This is beneficial to human. This is transparent. This is ethical. This is responsible. So all kind of things, because we human, we need to exist on this planet together with the AI, because the AI wouldn't continue without us.
Inshallah. Our time is up. Thank you very much. They're telling me the time is up. We cannot. Sorry, we can have the
Yeah.
question offline.
No problem.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.